friends, I'm Miss Karen at Adams Memorial Library here in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Welcome to July's Bake a Tale program. So Bake a Tale is the program where we talk about books and crafts to go with them and a recipe, and usually it's something that we bake, but this month it's going to be no bake a tale. So this one does not require an oven because, friends, it is hot enough. You don't need to turn your oven on this month. But if you've done our summer reading program, or if you're doing our summer reading program right now, you might know that the theme is Unearth the story. So, digging up dinosaurs, digging up things, planting things in the dirt. So that's why do flowers, we'll do gardens, and the recipe is for dirt cake. Do you know dirt cake? You can make it if you have little flower pots like this. You can even make a little flower pot. Notice that there is a bag here, so you have to wash the flower pot. Don't put the dirt cake directly in the flower pot. It's not that kind of dirt. But that's all the stuff that you'll get to do if you pick up a kit here at the library and take it home. And you can make the dirt cake. You can check the books out from the library when you're here, read the books, and you can make a couple of crafts to go with it. To pick up the kit, you just come into the children's room downstairs at the library, or you can even call us and reserve kits and pick them up through curbside service. You don't even have to get out of your air-conditioned car to come inside. That's what we're going to be doing this month. So the stories this time are My Day in the Garden by Mila Ford and Anita LaBelle. Mary Had a Little Plan by Tammy Sauer and Vanessa Brantley Newton. And A Pathway for Pollinators by Michelle Schaub and Blanca Gomez. Now in this one, if you're going to spend a day in the garden, you kind of think you're going to be able to spend it out in the garden, but the only time it might not be a great day to be out in the garden is if it rains and rains and rains all day. But if you've got friends who aren't afraid of little rain, to put the raincoats and the rain boots on and come over anyway. And if you have a lot of costumes and a lot of imagination at your house, either one, costumes and imagination, just imagination, you can bring the garden inside. You can pretend to be flowers. You can pretend to be butterflies and bees and all of that good stuff. So a day in the garden can be fun inside or outside. Now, this book, Mary Had a Little Lamb fame. You can see her little lamb purse right there. Mary gets the idea that she would like to help this area near her house that might need a little care, little love and little care. She gets a plan to turn this area into something a little bit more beautiful, but sometimes you find out the best laid plans actually might need a little more help. So can she find a little more help? Does she have some other nursery rhyme friends? Check this book out from the library and you can find out what she achieves. But I think she's going to do a lot. She's got some paint. She's got a watering can. She's got flowers in pots. She's got a broom. She's got a shovel. I think she'll be set. And the side story is called A Pathway for Pollinators. So pollinators would be, you can see them here, birds, butterflies, bees, creatures that go from flower to flower and take the pollen. Bees take the nectar and then fly to other flowers and pollinate them. And we need them for flowers and we need them for everything. All the food that we eat that's grown, all that kind of stuff. But if you want to have pollinators like the birds and the butterflies, then you need something else. Can you see what's along here? Where the girl gets on the bus, there are lots and lots of fields and trees and flowers. But when she goes to school, not as many fields and flowers. So kind of like Mary, they think if they want pollinators, they've got to build a pathway to lead them to the space. So that's what's happening in this book. You can check those out at the library and you can take them home and read them while you are not baking, but creating your dirt cake, because it does take a little while to do everything because you need to chill it. And, but you don't need to bake. You don't need to turn on the oven. So it's all, if you have air conditioning, it'll all be cool weather. Like, you know, when they were bringing the garden inside, you can bring the dirt cake inside too. So I did half a recipe for the recipe that's going to be in your kit. And it made 2 little flower pots this size and 2 bowls this size. This one got a little, little smushed in the car on the way over. But again, if you're going to put it in a flower pot, just make sure you wash the flower pot well, line it with plastic. I just had a little bag since I had a little flower pot, you know, a little sandwich bag, and then you can put your stuff in, because, you know, dirt cake, if you have a fancy bowl like this, you can see all the layers in it because it's got dirt. But you think you don't want to eat dirt, this dirt would be okay, because what it is just crushed Oreo cookies. Just, you know, any kind of sandwich cookies, even if they're not Oreo cookies. You crush those first. You can either put them in a bag and close it up and use a rolling pin, or you can either, you know, bang on it with a rolling pin or roll it, or you can use a food processor, which is what I did because I got a little bit tired of using the rolling pin. But you crush up Oreos to make your dirt. But the other parts of your soil will be pudding. So you make some vanilla pudding. You put in some cream cheese. You put in some Cool Whip. Or if you wanted, you could whip your own cream. And you do that. When I did the recipe, this recipe calls for a cup of sugar. I used less. So even though I had the recipe, I cut the recipe in half. Instead of using a half a cup of sugar, I only used a 1/4 cup of sugar, and I thought it was still sweet enough. So if you want it sweeter, you can use all the sugar. If you want it not as sweet, you can use a little bit less powdered sugar if you would like. Once you have all your things, everything is set and together, you put some chocolate crumbs on the bottom of your pot or your bowl. Chocolate crumbs, and then the pudding and cream cheese, and then chocolate crumbs and the pudding and cream cheese, and then chocolate crumbs and pudding and cream cheese, and then chocolate crumbs on the top. And then I have flour gummies on mine, but you could, if you have any gummy worms, you could put those on, just whatever you want that's coming out of your dirt. And then you can keep it in the refrigerator till you're ready to eat it, so it'll be nice and cold and a nice cool treat. So that's the recipe this time. For the crafts, they're really not too complicated either. One of them is a bookmark, because I hope you're doing summer reading. You might need a bookmark. So this one goes on, it's a corner bookmark, so it goes on the corner of your book, and this one goes, so it'll look like the bees flying away. So you've got your pollinator here. Here in my pollinator book, I've got a pollinator. In the kit will be a piece of this goldenrod, this kind of gold paper. If you cut it, it's an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper. So if you cut the 11-inch paper in half, you'll get 2 5.5 inch wide pieces. You need a square for this. So if you want to make a bigger one, you could cut a bigger square out. If you want to make 2, you could have these 5.5 inch squares. Just cut it so it's going to be a square even on both sides. So cut the piece of paper in half, and then cut that one in half from a rectangle to a square. Then you'll take your square and fold it up into a triangle like this. So if you're doing this on the paper, you're folding it so the long end of the triangle will be toward you. Once you have your triangle, you take this point and bring it up to the top, and this point and bring it up to the top, like this. So you fold it this way, you fold it so this one's coming up this way, and then it makes this diamond or kite shape with the open parts at the top, or the open parts facing away from you. Then you open that up again. You've got the top of the triangle. There's 2 pieces of paper here. You bring down just the one. So half of it's still going to be up as a triangle, and the other half comes down, and this is what's going to make the pocket where you can put it on your book. So you folded the top point down on one of the pieces of paper, and then you'll bring the sides up again, But instead of just putting them up to the top, you tuck them in to this little envelope that you've created. You tuck them into that space. So it goes up and then down and in, like that. And then you will have a gold diamond shape with this little insert on one side. So you can put it on top of your book, like that. To turn this into this, here's the part with the fold in it. You just cut a little bit off the top here of the triangle. You just cut a little curve here at the top, and that's what will be the bee's head. In your kit, there'll be some black paper. So if you would like, you can cut stripes out of the black paper for your bumblebee, or you can just color it on. And if you don't want to make a black stripes, you can decorate your bee however you would like. There'll be some white paper in the kit. So if you'd like to make 2 wings, you can do that. If you want to put a little stinger on the end, you can do that. You can draw a face on your bee, give little antennae if you'd like, and then you're ready to use it as a bookmark for your book. But your bee is going to certainly need some pollinators, something to pollinate rather, some flowers. So in the kit will be a green popsicle stick. So this could also be a bookmark if you would like. You would just put it in your book this way. Or if you wanted to, you could stick it in a plant, decorate something like that. So the stick will already be green, so that can be your stem. There'll be some other paper in your kit too, and then you can design your flower however you would like. I put one part, trace something round. If you don't need to trace and you can just cut things round, good on you. That is a good, I wish I could do that, but I had to trace mine. So I traced something round, and then I just cut out different sort of teardrop shapes for the flower petals. Assemble that, glue it on the back. I also added some tape just to reinforce it, but it is yours. You can make whatever kind of flower you would like. If you want to make a fruit or something else, you can do it that way. If you want to make an apple or a strawberry, whatever you would like. But this is just another bookmark or decoration that you can do. And this last decoration, it looks like a fancy flower. Looks a little bit complicated, but it really isn't, because in the kit will be this paper that has hearts on it for your template. So you would just need to cut out one of the hearts, put it on a piece of paper. In my case, it was red, and cut out 4 hearts. So like this. I don't know if you can see in the back, but that's all these are. It's 4 hearts, and then they're just glued together. So once you have your 4 hearts, you can mix and match. If you wanted to have 4 different colored petals, you can do it however you would like, but then fold it in half like this. And then that's what just gives the petals so they look like it's got a little more dimension to it. So 4 hearts, fold them in half, glue them together, and then there will also be a pom-pom in your kit. So you can just put the pom-pom on top, and that'll be your decoration. There's your flower. You can rest your bee on it till you're ready to use it as a bookmark. You can hang it up. You could decorate however you would like. If you wanted to cut out leaves for it, you can, but that's it. It's pretty easy peasy this time, friends. I mean, it is a hot month, July, so this is just stuff that you can do when you just want to, spend your day in your inside garden. That's okay. If you're just staying cool, you can make your no-bake dessert and do your crafts and read some books and come in and tell us about it for summer reading. And if you watch this and do the kit, you can always come in and fill out one of the white or pink chance slips for the mystery box prize for doing one of our programs. This counts as doing a library program. So come in to get the kits. We'll have them as long as supplies last. And if you're not able to come in and get a kit, but would still like the information, I can always email it to you if you email us at kids@adamslib.org and ask for us to email the information to you. You would be happy to email you the recipe and the directions for the crafts. So that's it. Come on in and get your kit. Happy reading, happy baking or no baking, happy crafting. Happy reading always, friends. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.